Heyo everybody, Haku here. Welcome back to the Goon Valley incident. We got One Piece chapter 1161 live reaction bingo. We had a nice week off, so that just gives another week for the excitement to build. I cannot wait to continue this. So yeah, I'm just gonna run through the normal intro stuff as quickly as possible. These videos go up as soon as I get time to record the scans for patrons and members. That was on Friday today. The scans came out this afternoon. I wanted to record before eating dinner, but I didn't have time, so I'm recording after eating dinner. So Friday afternoon, you getting these scans if you're patrons or members, and I make them public for anybody once the official translation comes out so that I don't spoil anybody. So if you want to see these videos early, you can become a patron or member. It also helps just to support the channel and everything too, so there's that as well. Now, on top of that, if you want to play along with your own bingo card and everything, a link to the bingo card generator will be down in the comments and description as always. I try to update it every week. I think that's everything though. I don't think there's much more to say. Maybe there was some stuff from last week's chapter that I would want to review, but now that I'm sitting down recording, it's not coming to me. So either way, let's see what I got on my bingo card this time around. I ended up with Devil Fruit Awakening, Goon Valley, Bounty Reveal, Flashback, Joy Boy and or Nika mentioned, Bogard. I had it as a potential option you can get. I swear if Bogard does something. Wano Piece, the God's Knights. I think we have a color spread this week, so we probably won't get Wano Piece. Yonko, Imusama, Blood Sweater Tears, Zoan Transformation Free Space, which we can click, Kidder Hub Pirates, Mosa Reveal, Cross Guild, Straw Hat Grand Fleet Representative, Thousand Sunny, King Harald Ida, Child, new named character, Potential Dad, Dragon, who's actually been doing things, Named Attack, new named Devil Fruit, and Vivi Wappler Morgans. Don't know if this is going to be a tough one or not. Kind of a mixed bag that I got there. But this is a really cool looking cover spread, this color spread here. Okay. Just glancing along the sides. I don't think there's anything important from... I don't think there's anything important to gain from this. It's probably just like flavor text adding into stuff. Mentioning on the left, One Piece base shop. It must be some kind of like pop-up shop or something. And then on the right, it says something about God Valley and the Elbaf arc. But on the cover itself, we just have like all the characters. I wonder if it's just characters related to everybody's pasts. We have Usopp up there in the top left, and then Frankie and Robin in the bottom left. And when we also have like Robin and Frankie, we see where they're at in the sort of main piece where Brook is the claw and Chopper's trapped in the claw game. So it does seem to be characters related to their past, or maybe characters that are just close to them, because Nami's holding Haradas, I use Merlin with the drip, Haradas, Vivi, Nojiko, Gensan, and Belmare. And then inside of the thing with Chopper, you've got like Kureha, Hiraluk, Tom, and Clover. And it looks like Zeph is in there too. I think that's Zeph. Like some of them aren't that detailed, like whoever's behind Clover and beside Zeph just looks kind of like a smiley face. I can't really tell who they are specifically just from that. And then Luffy, it's cute. Luffy's holding Sabo, Ace, Shanks, Makino, Dadan, Rayleigh, Whitebeard. Interesting that like Whitebeard's included there. Yamato, Kinemon, Garp. Weird that Yamato and Kinemon are included. I mean, Kinemon's like a close friend, but it's crazy that he's that close. You've got Momonosuke and Gaimon in there. I guess they're just really including a ton of people. Because, like, again, in the grand scheme of things, Yamato barely existed. Yamato was barely around. You've got Buggy falling down, poor Buggy being neglected. And then Zoro resting up against Shirahoshi. I would have expected more of Shirahoshi to be a Luffy sort of thing. Maybe Perona would be more Zoro, and it looks like Sanji slapping him because he's laying back on the giant Shirahoshi plush. And you've got Mihawk's plush laying by him. But, so yeah, Mihawk's plush is laying by him. I would have thought Perona would have been there with him, but Perona's being held by Sanji, who's also holding, like, a bunch of the past, like, female friends of the group. You have, like, Viola, Kami, putting, like, front and center for Sanji, which is really, really cute. Like I said, Perona's in there. I think I said Viola already. Lilith is in there. I think that's... God, I'm losing... Hiyori. Yeah, that's Hiyori. And Konus. You've got Whoop Slap falling from behind Luffy's leg. This is really cool. Sorry if I'm taking so much time on this, but I really want to look into it. It's so cool. And again, like, I love that Luffy's holding, like, Dadan and everything. It's cool that Whitebeard is there because he was so close to Ace personally, even though Luffy and Whitebeard didn't know each other that well. And then falling from Luffy, you have Carrot and Hancock. And then at the bottom, I thought with the hair going over, I was thinking that was going to be Sanji's mom since it was by Sanji, but that might be Gerd? I wonder who you all think that is. Like, below Zoro's leg. Also, for Zoro, Tashiki and Kuina aren't here. Or Zoro's masters. Zoro's like, I don't care about anybody related to my backstory. I don't see Zoro's master or Kuina. Or, yeah, I don't see his master. I don't see Kuina. Hiyori's there, I mentioned before. Who else was it that I said was related to Zoro? Oh, Tashiki's not there. And all of Luffy's friends, Smoker isn't here, so Smoker, you're not that close. You're not that much of a friend. Konus made it in, no Wiper. Wiper, you're not that close of a friend. There's somebody with pink hair behind Lilith, and since Sanji's holding, like, all the female characters, and it looks like there's a little bit of green and gold, that's probably Rebecca, but she's super low detail. Oh yeah, you would figure Rebecca and Kyros would get featured at least a teeny bit more. But yeah, at the bottom there, like, no Hyridian or Loki yet, but at the bottom there, I think that might be Gerd, if it's not Sanji's mom. I think it's Gerd, though. So none of Sanji's family made it, it would seem. Unless the really low-detailed one besides Zeph is supposed to be, I was thinking maybe that was going to be Sora or Reiju. But, you know, maybe not. And then you've got Dory by Jinbei and Saul by Jinbei as well. Okay, so Saul is included. It's so funny too. Harudas is included here with Nami. It's so fun just seeing what characters are included or not. Harudas is here with Nami, but none of, well, I guess technically Mihawk's there with Zoro, but a lot of the other ones, like, what was I thinking? Heraclesen isn't there for Usopp that I see, unless I'm missing him. Okay. And then I think I mentioned Brogy down in the center, but I'm not sure if I did. There was one more that I thought was important. And, like, Tom is there, but not, no Iceberg, you're not included. Oh, Dragon, that's who I was thinking of. So we got Garp here and everything. Dragon not included for either Robin or Luffy. But yeah, Robin's mom isn't here. Like, Olvia, I don't think is here. Interesting, like, it says what we hold in our hearts is ours forever. Interesting who is and isn't included. Okay, I love this color spread though. That was really fun. Sorry if I spent an excessive amount of time on it, but I just thought that looking through all of that was really, really, really fun. Oh, Never mind, we are actually getting more of the cover story. We are getting Wano Piece. Chapter 1161, A Love Ballad and a Hail of Arrows. So that makes me think, are we going to have... well, this could be a few things, maybe. Are we going to have this be more of a jokey thing? Or, like with Roger and his crew and everybody? Or the first thought I had was, is it going to be like Rayleigh? Is this going to be Rayleigh and Shaki's chapter? But it could also be about Rox and his wife. We still need, or I should say Zebek at this point, and his wife. Or also, it could potentially, like, we could see whatever happens with Dragon. Does Dragon meet Tritoma at some point? Because this is tied so much into the Kuja. But even if he does meet Tritoma, even if Tritoma is Luffy's mom... Sorry, I just had a funny thought. Even if Tritoma is Luffy's mom, then he wouldn't have had a kid with her for like 17 more years after this, 18 more years after this. So it'd be a while before Luffy was born anyway, unless Luffy gets in some sort of time stasis thing and is from the past technically, which I would really hope isn't the case, but I've literally been hit with that exact same thing in a long-running shonen before. So, you know, I can't entirely rule it out or anything like that. So this could be a lot of different things. But we have Onichild Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage Volume 43, The Resting Place of Heroes. Looks like Yamato's there with Kinemon and Momonosuke. We have Kozuki Oden written in the center. And then let me see if I can read some of these. Again, you're just getting me staring at stuff. But I can read a bit of Japanese, so this is helpful. Though some of this isn't very clear to be able to tell what it says. So the one on the top left, I can see says Kozuki Toki. So there's that. That's Kozuki Toki. I can't tell what the one under that is. Again, a lot of this, the handwriting's too scribbly for me. Like maybe that's supposed to be like Shuten Doji or whatever, Shuten Maru, whatever his name was. The one below that is Izo. Izo is legible. The one below that, it looks like it's just a single kanji. Unless I'm reading it wrong, but the leftmost part of it is too scribbly. I can't really make it out. And then the next the next column, the top says something something Subi. Something something Subi? Musubi? I can't really tell. And then the one below that is Pedro. And then Yamato's kind of obscuring the next one and the, second and third. So Pedro is on the shrine there. And then something Kimaru. The last three characters are Kimaru, but the characters before Kimaru, I can't really tell. It's too, scribbly. Then the top one says something EA. Again, it's too scribbly, so that might be Yasuie. Since it looks like it ends in EA. So that might be Yasuie. And then there's something. I hope it's not Otsuru, Mikenemon's wife, but it's something. And then below that is An. I think that's An. Again, it's really scribbly. And then the one below that is sort of obscured too. So somebody else may try to clean the lines up and try to figure out what each of these say. And I think once we find out what each of them say, hopefully somebody will post it somewhere and I'll see it. But we do at least know it looks like Yasuie is one of the ones on the right column. Izo is one of the ones on the left column. Same with Lady Toki. It says Kozuki Toki and Izo were both on the left column. One of the center columns says Pedro on it. So we have Onichel Yamato, The Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 43, Resting Place of Heroes. Cool. Now, after 10 minutes at least, after 15 minutes, checking the recording now, we can finally start to read. But before I finally start to read, just kidding, I am going to click off some of this stuff. We know we're getting a flashback. We saw... Do I count the color spread? I feel like sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If we count the color spread, I could fill in even more of these. I'll hold off for right now, but we're getting to Goon Valley in the flashback. I can see on the first page I just clicked on. We got Wano Piece. We maybe get Blood Sweat or Tears. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it yet. Let's see here. Just clicking or just looking through really quickly. Yeah, I think that's probably good for right this second. Okay. Either way. And actually, when it comes to that shrine, when it comes to the graves and stuff, Oda could also be setting up some reveals there with the names that are on the shrines. I just thought about that too. So maybe some of the ones that I struggled to read are actually important for the future. We see the island became an inescapable flashpoint where motive and fate erupted into a battlefield of nightmares. God Valley, what happens when legends meet? Head for the evacuation route, but there was a prize I really wanted. We'll take responsibility and get it for you. Responsibility? You'll be taking responsibility for all this, you idiot? Or then... Yeah, you'll be taking responsibility for all this, you idiot. Okay. We might have a chance. Let's use this chaos to hop on a boat and slip away. I wonder how many other people from the Davy clan might escape since we don't know like what happens to Blackbeard after this, how he maybe learns what he might learn. Where's Shaki? Is she alright? We have Roger. Eris, Teach, where are you? Name drop, we have Eris. I got goosebumps. Where did Roger go? We have Garp. Hang in there just a bit longer. Where are the Navy ships? Dragon's running. More pirates. It's not this way. Yeah, I see him. A Marine with a little bundle in his arms. And this one who is kind of like Cruella de Vil. Kind of, to me, looks a bit like Moria. I don't think that she's actually related to Moria. I think it's just One Piece characters being shaped a certain way. A lot of people saying possibly Killingham's mom. And she fires a hyper beam through Dragon's shoulder. Dragon has an injury we don't know about? I mean, he probably has a lot we don't know about. While he was carrying the babies and everything. I really think we don't know what the deal is with how Shamrock gets raised. But Shamrock might actually be making his own plays. He might not actually end up liking his father in the world government. Then, got him. You're a lifesaver, Muffy. Garling would have killed me. And one of the babies cries as they're dropped. He dropped the baby. And then, oh my god, she literally... Why even wear clothes at this point? He has everything hanging out here. Oh, never mind, that's a dress. I thought those were just straight up her legs. Alright. She picks up the baby. Who would have thought a prick like Garling could have a kid? That's almost as strange as our intriguing little kidnapper. God Knight, Satchel's family, St. Maffey. Okay, so that... Probably not Killingham's mom then. That also means that Satchel's family is... the new, 12th family that we know of. So we know 12 out of the 20 now, I think. Wait, those babies. They're my only chance to atone for helping set up this twisted murder game. It was nice knowing you, young man. She lifts her sword. I guess that's that. Considering all the dead. This is probably what I deserve. How's this flashback making me love Dragon now? I'm just gonna pull the complete 180 and start going from Dragon hater to Dragon simp. This is a good scene. Out of the way. And everything is cleaved through. So we're gonna see at this point, does Maffey die? Or at this point, did the God Knights already have what I'm assuming is some sort of contract with Imu's Devil Fruit to make them immortal. For the last time, I was aiming at the enemy, not you. And we see Newgate and Linlin. How many other pirate crews landed here anyway? It's been so cool to see Linlin, like young Linlin, interacting with all these other characters that we saw so much of her in the present time, but we never saw her interact with like any of these important characters. But to see this like now in this flashback has been so cool. Liar, I could have died. You want to go right now or something? Whoa, these pirates, they're so huge. They are quite large. Okay, we're about to jump to a 2-page spread. So before I jump to the 2-page spread, let me see if there's anything else we could have gotten on Bingo, because I definitely think we've got a few more. We have Child. The attack wasn't named that sliced through this, and I don't think the Hyper Beam was named either. So we didn't get that. We do have Potential Dad, though. Got multiple new named characters. We got Muffy, and there was somebody else earlier. Oh, Eris was named. Nobody from Cross Guild, technically, or a Straw Hat representative yet. I don't think we can call anything we've seen a Zoan transformation yet. Blood, Sweat, or Tears, though, we have gotten. That's kind of an easy one. Yonko we just got. So I'm filling this in, but, and God's Knights. So I'm filling this in, but I'm not getting too lucky. Maybe some of you have already gotten a Bingo, getting luckier than me. Okay, I think that's all we got for right now. So back to the chapter, going on to this 2-page spread. Damn you, Newgate. You trying to get me killed? Shiki. This isn't what we agreed on, Linlin. Kaido. The Rocks Pirates. If we can take them down, we'll be famous. Huh? Hang on. Are these scrubs after Shaki too? Get back to bed, you small fries. This is so cool. You have the 4 of them there. And all of these randoms getting taken down. They're like burning from Prometheus's power from Big Mom. That's so cool. They're sent flying. What in the world's happening on this island? I could probably slip away now, but I lost the babies. What? The Shanks was dropped on his head arc. He was dropped on his head as a baby and developed the ultimate Conqueror's Haki. Brain damage hockey going strong. It's so crazy because out of literally every One Piece character I could think of, Shanks gives some of the least dropped on his head energy. Now this is a big catch. I found a prime fishing spot. Garp rears back. Brace yourselves, you big ol' sea kings. It's Garp, run! A fight with him will drag on too long. We ain't gonna fight back at all? And Big Mom and Newgate are hoofing it away, and Kaido just wants all the smoke. Can it? Zeus, Prometheus. Yes, ma'am. Dad? Heavenly? Fire Blitz? And then we've kind of seen her use something similar before. Vice Admiral Garp. Hold on, is this... Who is this? What is going on here? That almost looks like Bogard there in the far right. I think it's just the attack going in at Garp, but this is a very sort of unfinished looking panel. This is a very, they're going to clean it up and it's going to look different in the volume release kind of panel. Wah, they all start cheering. What was that? No, focus. This is our chance, Kuma. Okay. This isn't even hot enough to cook a prime rib, Linlin. Garp is a monster. You try to mess with slavery, Garp's gonna be right there. Fuck. Hey, the kidnapper's probably dead, and I've secured the baby. That's good enough, right? I'm forever in your debt. Now please get back here before Garling finds out. So again, they're doing this whatever behind Garling's back. Interesting. I'm sorry. I may not be able to help your brother, but I swear to at least save you. So I wonder if he will put Shanks in one of the prize chests and steal the devil fruit from it, and maybe this is where he gets his devil fruit, because Dragon, I would say, does not have one yet. You all really thought you could get away in the chaos. Pirate or townsfolk, none of you will escape my watch. And we have the Manmeyer guy gunning them down. I kind of wish we got a name for this guy. We've seen him in a bunch of these flashbacks, and he has like the kanji for God on his cloak. Reporting in, the Rocks pirates are coming from the southeast, but the Roger pirates are coming from the northwest. We've been sandwiched. Give back Shaki. It's Roger. Fight to the last. We haven't gotten the treasure to safety yet. The Rocks crew are coming from the other side. I'm going to save her first. We see Gansui here. I think that's probably Gilbastar with the guns. Hold on now. Let's go. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Captain John with a metal arm. What are we doing here? We're kid connection, kid upscale. I'm gonna be doing this. So you've got to the far right is Gloriosa. Then we see Kyo, and Kyo is pushing back on Shiki, and Shiki's shoulder is being grabbed by John, but John has a metal arm. The Rocks crew are coming from the other side. Shaki, we're here to save you. I'm going to save her first. No, I will. Let go. They're all arguing. Gansui's in the back there, I think I mentioned already. Okay. Hold on now. Oda's dropping some stuff. Hurry and stop them, and from the hilt that looks like Summers. You at least moved Shakuyaku, right? St. Summers, about that. Huh? St. Summers. And a bunch of the Marines are taken down? Don't tell me all of them were taken out by one little chained up lady. Sounds like the pirates out there are really going to town. How distasteful. There's nothing less cute. And he smacks her. They are really making him the most evil than a woman who knows her worth. And she kicks back. Ouch. He grabs her leg and forms up the club that we've seen him form before. We have blood splatter and an eek. Okay, no, he was able to hit her then. You know, all these pirates are here to take you away. Your popularity's quite the pain. It certainly made a mess of our tourney. I thought that because of their interaction, it would be most likely, and I think a lot of people thought it too, it'd be most likely that Summers would get confronted by Scopper here. But it might be Summers and Rayleigh. I was thinking maybe Garling and Rayleigh would have some kind of showdown since, you know, Garling wanted her to be his wife. Meanwhile, Rayleigh was the one who actually ended up with Shaki's love. Even if you survive this, Garling will ultimately claim you as his. Sorry, I don't know if I skipped your popularity's quite the pain. It's certainly made a mess of our tourney. No one else really gains anything, so I'm starting to wonder if it wouldn't just be more fun to kill you here and now. They've come all this way just to save you. It'd be unfortunate for them to survive hell, only to find the mangled corpse of their beloved here. And the sadism with Summers is so interesting. I think it's pretty compelling, Oda adding in a character, because, like, we've always had villains doing really horrible stuff in One Piece. Lately, I mentioned before, Kaido was a bit more goofy and his plans kind of didn't make any sense almost all of the time. And the Gorosei were very hands-off with all of their evil stuff. But before that, we had villains doing evil stuff. But even the villains doing evil stuff, there was still some levity here and there. They had their character gags and all. And here we have Summers first shows up with a gag with him just showing up in his underwear. But then since then, it's really interesting writing in a character that is just sadistic, that is just straight up evil. And then I wonder what kind of faces they'll make when we see all the Rocks pirates fighting hard. Roger clashing with Whitebeard. Shaki, we've come to save you. Shaki, are you okay? I'm going to save you now, Shiki. It'll be me. No, I'm the one. We have other pirates. Damn, my hands are tied right now. I'll leave Shaki to you. Rayleigh rushes forward. Can you hear that? They're right outside. But I'm afraid they're just a little too late. St. Summers, Garling won't forgive this kind of transgression. Zip it. If you keep quiet, they'll just chalk it up to an accident. Look at her face. All hope snuffed out. See, this ain't a fairy tale. I'd just gut any hero who'd show up. Life's a bitch, ain't it? Gee ha ha ha. I'll kill you in 5 slashes. Savor the pain. Your wishful thinking will drain out with your blood. I'll send you to the darkest shadows of the underworld. He glances back. Transcendent Higan Crescent. And then Furigana reads Red Spider Lily. But yeah! And instead of being cut through, he sent flying. Almost similar to Rox's swordsmanship. Shaki, sorry for the delay. I'm here for you. And Rayleigh reaches out his hand. She starts crying. Ray-san, you're late. I'm sorry for letting it come to this. I was so scared. I'll never ever... Save it for later, you dog. Roger and Scopper are weeping, heartbroken. That was, like, this is such a beautiful moment. And, like, that cuts off the tension and the emotion of the beautiful moment. But it doesn't take away from it. And it's such a fun way to have such a tense, harrowing bit of a chapter and have such a emotionally raw moment and then still leave you smiling on a happy note. What a killer final 2-page spread here. This is an amazing page. We've got Shaki. Grab the treasure and run for it. A passionate rescue. And how is everything going to end up here? With, how's everything going to end up? With, like, Rox's fight. And Rox's family. And all the people that Kuma saved? There's so much Oda could do with this. He cooked so hard, though, with this last page. God, this is so good. This is another, like, 11 out of 10 chapter. The Goon Valley flashback has been killing it. Okay, so we do have translator's notes, though. So I'm going to start before I look at the lanterns. The kanji references a small blade slash and evokes the idea of enlightenment, as well as the Buddhist holiday, Higan, which centers on transcendence and honoring ancestors. The reading sounds like Red Spider Lily. Very interesting the way that his attack is named. Oh yeah, we get to see the kanji here in the panel that the translator included. Interesting. Okay, so for any of you, the remaining lanterns are hard to determine. Okay, so they at least did all but the bottom row of lanterns. So top row of lanterns, if you go back to the cover story, top row of lanterns, there was the one that I said Kozuki Toki, the one that I said Kozuki Oden, the one that I said ended in Ie, they do say is Shimotsuki Yasuie, so I was right, it was Yasuie. Then the fourth one is Uzuki Tempura. Was that one of the... I don't remember Uzuki Tempura. Were they one of the Yakuza, though? I'll have to check for some of these. Oh, never mind. Uzuki Tempura, Fugetsu Omusubi, and Shimotsuki Ushimaru are the next 3, and then Taka. Is that really Taka? I thought that first character looked like O. So I don't, like, again, they are the translators, not me, but that looks like O something. Is it Otaka? But then I think Uzuki Tempura, Fugetsu Omusubi, and Shimotsuki Ushimaru, they were the ones that were in the cave with Yamato, right? And then the next row is Izo, Pedro, Kuro, and it's cut off. Starting with Kuro, it's not a Kurozumi, right? Because didn't they do the whole Kurozumis were born to burn stuff? Is it a Kurozumi? And then 11 is Ashura Doji. Who else died during the the thing that would be a Kuro. Maybe I'm being dumb and I'm just not remembering things. Or I guess if it's Kuro, it could be another reading for another name that we know, but I don't know. It's cut off by Yamato's horn. Or maybe it's cut off by Yamato's horn on purpose. Interesting, though. And then they said the bottom row are too hard to determine. Yeah, because the one that we can actually see is scribbly, and the other three are blocked by falling petals and Yamato. Okay. But you would figure, like, Izo, Pedro, Ashura Doji. Izo and Ashura Doji died during the Onigashima stuff. Pedro died leading up to this. So Kuro, you would think it's something else related to that stuff, but I don't know. And then the three in the cave were Tempura, Omusubi, and Ushimaru. So who the heck is Taka? I'm gonna go see if there was any character named Taka that we know about. Otaka was Yasuie's wife. Got it. So Yasue and his wife, their lanterns are beside each other there. Got it. So I'm still not sure who the Kuro would be for, because I can't think of anybody else who would have died in the proper time frame, other than like Orochi. But they wouldn't be putting a Orochi lantern in the hero shrine. Maybe it's somebody related to Tama. Since Tama's a Kurozumi, right? Maybe somebody related to Tama then? Either way, though, that's all we got for this week. I will discuss more next time, I guess. Talk about more and everything. But before I do, Bingo's not looking too good, guys. I don't think Bogard was there. I didn't see Bogard, and even if Bogard was there, didn't get Imosama. None of this other stuff up here. Zoan transformation, I don't think I could say that I got. If we're counting the color spread, you could argue Chopper counts as Zoan transformation, but I'm not counting it. Same with Grand Fleet representative, or any of those. No, I guess technically not. Yeah, no Grand Fleet representative. The ones that were in there, that I love that none of Zoro's like backstory people were there. Zoro's like sorry, hiccup. I don't care. I love that cut, or I love that. I love the color spread though. It's really, really, really good. We did get a named attack. Yeah, I guess that's it. I could again. You get the right setup. There's enough spots to get a bingo, but I did not get lucky with this one. Either way, though. And also, if you're counting the cover story, if you want to count the cover story for yourself, you can add Zoan transformation. You can add Vivi Wappler Morgans because Vivi was there. But even there, I still didn't get a bingo myself. But yeah, either way, going to end this here so I can go edit and everything. Thank you for watching. Like I said at the beginning of this, it'll be up early for patrons and channel members. So if you want to get these videos early, you can become a patron or member. But either way, thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video. Again, I feel like I spent a long time rambling and discussing, but I also think that's good, because why tune in just to watch me read the chapter and not say anything about it? I think taking time to analyze things and discuss things, even if it turns into a longer video, is probably a good way to do things. So that's just the way things end up, I guess. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, my thoughts and reaction. How'd you do on bingo? Because I have been getting poor luck. Subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks or sharing around, it's appreciated. But if you want to, help support the channel. Also, I feel like I said something wrong in that outro. Sometimes I just go into auto mode and I probably mixed my words all up. So I am very sorry. But if you want to help support the channel, to help me to keep like making videos, and to also get your name here at the end of videos and get these One Piece bingo videos a little bit early, you can hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls J.A. and the Band, Cherryton Student David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements Pater Real and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you all next time.